We got Booner in for Pinecone, and I think Dream and Hershey Squirts are both new players for Global Gaming Esports as we pick up another sub as the match starts. X Rainbow Pie, thank you. Welcome to the sub team. And look at this aggression from the CTs. TMP is straight pushing through middle, and they pushed from B as well. We're watching from Flom, who's going to try to get the wrap as the bomb has actually gone to an open A site. So while the push resulted in some frags, they even it up to a 3-on-3. Unfortunately, they completely give up the A bomb site. The bomb will get planted, so Global Gaming already getting that money. Easy PK going to drop a molly into the CT spawn area and move back to defend the plant. Here comes the 3-man retake. It'll be up to Mainline and Easy PK to try to hold it off. No kits for any of the CTs, so they'll have to work fast. Here comes Flom, already into the site with his teammate as Easy PK gets one, Mainline gets one, and he gets a second, does Easy PK. Very nice hold by Mainline and Easy PK, a man down to get the pistol round win for Global Gaming.
I mean, how do you really analyze that? We had Global Gaming push that into a very aggressive round for both teams. We had them go A, press the fake with no actual nades or flashes, just made it look like an all-out rush with two players. Pinecone able to actually get a frag himself and force that rotate out based on the fact that a frag happened. So they had the A site opened up, and then it just came down to headshots. Some really great shooting from both teams, and Global Gaming bringing out the hyper-aggressiveness of tempo.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit of a miscalculation there as some more aggression from TMP does not bode well. Mainline very patient in the squeaky area to pick up those two pretty easy frags and only loses a little bit of help. He's down to 66 as a result. Easy PK. Oh no, the lurk from Booner from behind quad. Wow, he timed that perfectly. Didn't allow the bomb to get planted as Dream gets the trade out, but no, the bomb did get planted actually. Excuse me, just missed that. So Shots is the last man alive, trying to get the retake. He's got a scout in his hand, but he's got to get through 3 terrorists to get this defused, and he doesn't have a kit, and Schaefer get himself a 2K with that Galil, but that's a pretty nice lurk by Booner. Just timed it just barely too late to prevent the plant.
Yeah, if he could have stopped that bomb from being planted, it would have been really huge. If he could have got that third frag, just barely ran out of ammo, that would have been huge. So a lot of situations where that round could have gone a lot worse for Global Gaming, and they managed to just barely get that bomb down in time and pull out the money. But Tempo Gaming committing a little bit of cash to that round, so they did want to win it. Unfortunately couldn't, but they're on the CT side, which is a little bit more forgiving economically.
Yeah, at least here on defense, and it's a little more expensive for them as far as having to get that kit, but I think they could afford to go for that aggressive buy in the second round, but obviously having to save here after the loss. Looking to make it 3-0 as Mainline gets dinked, but he gets the trade-out shot with the one shot on Emong. And there's a one from Hershey. He gets a kill with his Galil, so they will open up the A site as Dream is in perfect position to drop Booner. So Mainline, the only terrorist who's lost his life. Michael D dropping off of Cat. He's smoked out a Toxic. Sees Dream, who does not see him, but can't connect with that shot over at the forklift. And he loses his life, so now it's all on Shots, who's found himself an AK. And Easy PK wisely closing that door in front of him, so Shots will have to alert them to his position if he wants to go out, and it's looking like he's just going to back off and save his gun launders.
Yeah, probably a really good idea. I mean, it's a highly valued weapon. I mean, he doesn't have armor, but he's saving a smoke and the AK that's $3 grand that they won't have to spend in a following round. So that's going to add up for them. Definitely a wise decision in my opinion. And with 3 players left on the board for Global Gaming, it would be more than difficult retake for sure. So probably a good idea to save that rifle.
So we've had Global Gaming successful 3 rounds in a row. Tempo should be able to buy here, although it's going to be a little on the light side given the investment they made in the second round. But yes, they will go ahead and make it a gun round here in round 4. They definitely want to get on the board here, otherwise they will most certainly be ecoing in round 5 if they lose this one.
Yep, managing to get all the rifles on the board, partly due to the fact that they were able to hold on to that AK, having those nades. And
whoa, this is an aggressive push by Global Gaming. All kinds of smokes in middle as there is a trade out, but coming out on top of that is Tempo Gaming, who's actually taken out 2 of the terrorists. That's Dream and Hershey Squirts. Hershey Squirts, though, was able to get 1. So now the bomb has rotated over towards the B site as Tempo's decided to basically concede middle. They don't even have anyone. They don't have anyone at Big Box, no one in the Z connector. But I think that's smart because they realize they're going to push with numbers, most likely, Global Gaming onto a site, given that they only have 3 left. And here comes Mainline looking for Michael D to expose himself on the site to get the entry. He sees him, but Michael D wisely retreating before he can get shot. Nice flank by EasyPK to get the headshot, but Emong and it looks like Flom are both in position to contest the plant. Schaefer getting the op kill as EasyPK has made his way into the site, and he'll get the bomb planted. So it's now a 2-on-2, and Flom is extremely wounded. He's down to 5 HP. Booner has himself a kit, but he gets taken out by PK. Wow, he was looking towards T-spawn, but EasyPK, a little bit of aggression from his position, and Schaefer lands the op kill. That's some serious overkill on Flom, who had 5 HP, but winning the gun round is Global Gaming, and Tempo will be forced to save.
Yeah, really good time to push there. EasyPK, in rhythm with that round, and found a good moment to push and spot the opponent there, pushing CT, trying to clear other angles, and that's what enabled them to win that 2v2 where Flom was really low on HP. So another save out for Tempo Game, a crucial round that they wanted to win, and Global Gaming looking really strong right now on T side, able to take mid control, take B, get the bomb down, hold the clutch, keep 2 players alive, and hold on to an op.
And their timing seems to be pretty good, given what we think is a slightly retooled lineup. We'll have to see if Tempo Gaming can make some adjustments to what Global Gaming has been doing, although they are on the save here. And it looks like Hershey is just hanging out in the spawn, waiting for a potential aggressive push by Tempo again. But this time they're not opting to do so, as Mainline gets the entry frag onto Emong and Forklift. There's one more in sight defending. Oh, but Booner in great position, coming up the catwalk to get the headshot onto Dream, dropping that gun. So the bomb has to be re-picked up and try to get planted. Booner gets taken out by Mainline through the smoke. The bomb finally planted as Michael D and Shots have made their way over to the A site to try to contest. But this is some good defense from Global Gaming. They get into position. It took them a little while to get the bomb planted, but they weathered the storm and only lost 1 gun on that eco against Tempo.
Yeah, and those ecos not to be taken for granted. It seems like Mainline's doing a really good job of getting those anti-eco kills, and those really are not to be taken for granted. I can't stress that enough. We've seen so many times where ecos are won, and times where we see eco aces just go unnoticed. And so any kills that you get are valuable. Stop and rebuys and stop and round losses all should be taken into consideration, excuse me. And it looks like a full execute into A here. Full execute. Yeah,
they really do favor the A site. It does Global Gaming at this point, although they did mix it up a little bit at B. Booner picking up 2 on the defense as Emong gets 1 of his own. He is still at quad. That is a great job to stop this aggressive push by Global Gaming as the bomb has been dropped in the center of the site. Let's watch from Emong. He's only down to 73 HP off of that frag. It picks up the Twitch headshot onto Hershey, but he's got to retreat behind quad to reload. Schaefer there with the op, but Schaefer is isolated. Can he survive? He does not. Michael D on the rotate. Great hold by Tempo Gaming, and they only lost 1 gun, which is going to be great for their economy.
And so this is looking like a Navi-esque strat book that Global Gaming have. We saw Navi play super slow rounds all throughout each map that they had to play at ESL, and what they would do is they would take 3 rounds where they play the timer out and work their picks, take mid control or something like that, and then with that momentum going into the next round where they just strung a few together, go for a full execute onto a site. And because Global Gaming did that, they actually got shut down pretty handily. I think maybe working picks was their better strategy, but since they're both able to buy again, they have another chance to make up for that loss.
Yeah, that's a great point, I think, there, as Booner gets an aggressive frag, but Schaefer able to trade him out. So we're seeing what we saw actually in the IM game, a little bit of early aggression from the CTs. Tempo Gaming really likes to favor that Flom, thread the needle with that op shot into Squeaky on Schaefer. That's a big kill, taking that AWP off the board as Dream is just waiting for Emong to expose himself, but he's kind of in a precarious position with the bomb here exposed. He's waited for his teammate Hershey Squirts to move over to Squeaky, but with the door open, Flom sees him there. So they have a good idea of where this execute might come, as they've favored 3 players over onto B, leaving the sole defender, the number 3 man, Michael D, at B, as Flom picks up another on the Hershey Squirts at Squeaky. As Mainline's moved over to the boost spot, he's just trying to get Flom to expose himself, and that's a 3rd frag for Flom. The spray down from Dream does not connect as Emong chips in. Flom with the 3K, big round for him. Tempo Gaming 2-5 now.
Yeah, some super important frags, and at this point, it's going to be up to them whether they want to buy behind. The fact that Schaefer only has $2,400, I suppose they'll opt to save. They've got 5 rounds on T side. They're looking strong, although they're losing some of the momentum. They had those rounds in the bag, but ultimately only 2 rifle rounds, and so they're 2 for 2 on that front. At the end of the day, it's going to be rifle rounds that are going to make up the majority, or at least open up the majority of the rounds that you're going to have to win, or are allowed to win. And Michael D's playing now, so a little bit of change up in positions.
And he is played it a big way, stolen. Oh no, he wasn't close to the ace, but he does get a 3K on the round and contributing with some assists as well. But that was a pretty aggressive rush by Global Gaming. Not really much thought to that eco, as they want to get straight back to the gun rounds. As Tempo Gaming has brought it within 2.
Yeah, and 3 in a row for Tempo Gaming. They kept plenty of players alive throughout those 3 rounds, and so the bank is looking strong for them. Meanwhile, on the other side, Global Gaming are actually on a round where if they lose this, they'll probably have to save once more, and their money's going to be hurt, but they will be on a 3-round loss bonus, so that's going to be $2,400, and they might actually be able to buy, depending on whether or not they get the bomb down. But Flom picking the boost spot is going to go head-to-head with Schaefer. I don't know if he'll peek him, but Flom picking this passive angle probably has the advantage.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of frags come from this. Despite having the high ground, you typically are able to see... Whoa, Booner! Where was that frag from? Booner actually pushed up, looks like from Squeaky, and got the frag onto Schaefer, who was just playing a little too slow at the boost spot. So now we're seeing Tempo almost playing a little bit of chess with their aggression. They pushed the guy through A garage, they pushed the guy... through B, and now they're favoring that squeaky push, which I think has boded well for them, as Hershey Squirts, picking up that op, is able to get a frag onto Michael D.
He has a sight, too.
Yeah, he's got control of B, which he's obviously calling out to his team, and they're going to have to rotate over there, but Shots was in good position to cut off that rotate, trying to get the wall bang, and he's going to move through vents, as Hershey Squirts picks up 1, coming through CT spawn, but Shots again in good position to put the bomb down. But luckily, Mainline is there. Johnny on the spot to pick up the rock and run with it. So it's a 2-on-2. They'll get the bomb planted at the B site. 2-man retake incoming for Tempo Gaming. And they both have kits and a decent amount of health. So this is doable.
Yeah, I think Flom must be mad at himself for missing the shot that he did. Oh, but they get 1.
And Mainline is isolated on the site. They're just going to try to split him. Nope, Booner says, I got this. There's the defuse. Very nice retake by Tempo Gaming, but like you said, Launders, a big investment by Global Gaming in that round with the 2 ops. So the fact that they got the plant and they're on the losing bonus slightly, they'll probably be able to rebuy here.
Yeah, that definitely saved them. Schaefer, the only one with the lowest amount of money, but is still able to AK armor, which is a saving grace for them, and he will be able to pick up the op. Someone else will be able to pick up nades behind their AK, and so they are on a full buy. And also a startling losing bonus, a really big one. So at this point, it's Tempo 4 in a row. We've seen momentum take rounds for both sides on this map, and Mainline with a really opening early aggressive pick, getting that mid control that went on the rounds before.
And Easy PK and Mainline combined to get another, as Easy PK picks up Flom on the trade out. As Hershey Squirts gets the entry into the A site. So now we see Global Gaming taking a page out of Tempo's book, countering aggression with aggression. Michael D, that B defender, pretty much the lone B defender, will now have to rotate, but he has taken a significant amount of damage, down to 20, looking like he is just going to save and attempt to drop a few guns on the exit. So Global Gaming finally responding, getting back on the board in a gun round here in the 10th.
Yeah, and at this point, it's really... it was a really, really important round, obviously, for Global Gaming to win. They weren't going to want to lose 5 rounds in a row. The money for Tempo Gaming means that they're going to have to buy. They're going to be able to buy again. And at this point, I have no idea who's going to win next round, because it seems like both teams are absolutely capable of doing so. Tempo Gaming having 1 anti-eco under the belt with 3 rifles is about on par with Global Gaming. So in terms of how well each team is playing, I'd say it's about even. The only difference is that Global Gaming, to some, might be playing on the unfavorable side, and so pulling together 6 rounds might be more of a feat than Tempo Gaming pulled together 4.
Yeah, especially at this point, although still plenty of rounds to be played. Tempo Gaming did a nice job of adjusting to what Global Gaming was doing in the early gun rounds. And then we saw Global Gaming adjust to the aggression of Tempo last round. This time, it doesn't look like they're doing that. They are completely spread out across the map. It's a 2-1-2 as Mainline just trying to get a little intel in mid, but is smoked off for his troubles. retakes the bomb and is moving over to below the boost spot where Shots is actually on the other side. You may hear him walking around. Looking like they're favoring a potential A take as Dream is just spamming through the squeaky door looking for some free damage. Maybe getting some intel on the defensive positioning of Tempo Gaming. But pretty standard here, one forklift, one quad. As Shot's going to push through the smoke, and Schaefer didn't see that coming. Puts him to sleep with the silenced M4, but Mainline in the boost spot is going to get the trade out onto Shots. It's a nice job evening things up for Global Gaming Esports. So now it's 4-on-4. And again, a highly crucial round, as you said, Lon. There's a lot of back and forth momentum going on here. Global Gaming trying to string together 2 rounds in a row. Here comes the entry. Dream, can he control that AK spray? He does, as he gets a 2K to enter the site. Flom and Michael D on the rotate. Flom is coming from truck with his op. He knows where they typically plant and shoots Hershey right in the spine after the bomb plant. So even it up to a 2-on-2, and both of the T's are extremely wounded. This is definitely doable. As let's see what Michael D comes around. Quad gets the frag onto Dream, and Easy PK is a man on an island. Has to be aggressive. Michael D gonna cover the defuse, and he gets the headshot. The Tempo Gaming responds after Global Gaming picked up that last rifle round.
Yeah, nothing much to say there except for a solid retake. After a couple players failed in A, they only managed to get one player, and having a 4-on-5 situation where A is taken, the bomb is down. Tempo Gaming were able to pull it out of thin air and really hit their frag. So that was a really good round played by them. Unfortunately, Global Gaming weren't able to, with that money from the plant, buy on this round, and so they are going to be on a save, maybe making this an even game.
And once again, we see Global Gaming pretty vanilla with their ecos. They just like to rush even through the smoke, and they are paying the price for it as Booner picks up 3. Flom, he is there with his CZ to try to get the last. It's Dream. He will connect. That's a 2K for him, 3 for Booner, and another just mow down on an eco round. Tied up now.
Tied up, and this is one hell of a back-and-forth game. I think we have the same amount of rifle rounds out for each team. Again, as we mentioned, a little bit CP-sided possibly, although we've seen the T-side go really good for some teams, and that means that I think if we're thinking about this as slightly CT-sided, maybe Tempo Gaming is a little bit behind, but they just won that last round, and it's going to be a buyout for both teams. The money is not so low for Tempo Gaming, and so that might favor Tempo Gaming in the long run, making this even though the scores should favor the T's right now.
And the entry kills once again go to Global Gaming, Easy PK, Mainline, and Dream, all about simultaneously getting their frags, leaving, once again, Flom and Michael D alone on the board. Michael D, the lone defender on B, is only able to stop 1 as Mainline gets the trade out, so Flom will have to rotate with his op. They'll get the easy plant, and he is smoked off at CT spawn. You take a look at the money situation. Flom has 6,600. His teammate Michael D has 6,500. It looks like he's thinking about doing this.
I'm not sure for how long he'll commit to this retake. I mean, if they give you the easy, like 2 early frags and it's a 2-on-1.
There's one. And he is now deciding to retreat, hoping maybe they'll chase him to try to drop this highly expensive op. And Flom will retreat to attempt to live to fight another day, and I think it's smart, Global Gaming, not really on the hunt against that op, particularly with the angles that Flom is employing here. They don't really have the money to afford to lose the guns they do still have.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. That was definitely a round that Global Gaming wanted to win more than Tempo Gaming just for the sake of their economy, but ultimately it was a round that both of them wanted to win to keep the scoreline in their favor, because at this point Global Gaming are pulling away with this half, and if they can pull out another round, it's just going to be detrimental to Tempo Gaming going into the second half. I mean, I don't know how much they want to play T-side, though. That's the thing that I have to keep considering that I don't really have an answer to.
Yeah, if just my little anecdotal evidence, I guess, tells me anything, it seems like Tempo might favor the T side because they've been very aggressive here on CT. So perhaps they'll be able to employ that aggression on the T side as Schaefer, over the boost spot, drops Flom, winning the op battle there, which has been pretty even in that respect so far. Mainline getting a shot onto the boosted op, or shot onto the boosted shots in vents. So now it's 5-on-3 in favor of Global Gaming. Tempo doesn't want to go down 8-6 here. They were looking to hopefully stalwart Global Gaming and make it as 9-6 half, as Booner has just been really solid playing that quad position over at B. He gets 2-for-1 trade, but Dream will pick up the bomb and plant just outside of the fire. Michael D, LMS, once again, fighting that op. That's Schaefer at mid, and I don't know. He's got a kit looking to just do some damage, perhaps drop a gun. He will probably save, as for the first time we see Tempo Gaming pretty low on funds here.
Yeah. Ultimately, this is going to mean that at an 8-7, at an 8-6 half, ooh, and not able to save that gun either.
The slow peek from Easy PK wins the day with the op. Surprising.
Yeah, I mean, if you slow peeked that with an op, he might have got against an op, he might have got punished. But ultimately, this is going to mean that Flom is the only one with money. I wonder if they're going to armor pistol behind his op, or if he's going to try to drop a FAMAS or two. Yeah, they're just going to do that. And he's going to have to go head-to-head against both Schaefer and Easy PK, depending on where they try to pick. But they did win those duels at mid, so the aggressive playstyle working really well for Global Gaming. And this half is starting to come back into their favor on the last round.
Yeah, Tempo Gaming obviously on the broken buy. Flom with just chest armor in the op. The only person that really has even kind of a gun is Shots with the ump. The rest of them have head armor. A couple of CZs. We'll have to see if they can hold fast and pull a nip here and win this last round despite being outgunned. His mainline getting the frag onto Shots and Michael D. He has just been lethal with that AK in his hands. His entries have been true so far. He's going to get the plant off. Gets his own entry, gets the bomb plant. What can't mainline do? Why are you leaving the game, friend?
Yeah, and they were really hoping that it was going to be an A take there, and that's why they sanctioned the op over at A. Unfortunately, it wasn't. This is going to be a super tough retake, but one that they're going to have to try to attempt to win because it is the last round.
Death from above from Emong, and the shots are ringing out from Schaefer and Easy PK, just shutting down that attempted retake. It'll be a 9-6 half in favor of the Terrorists. Global Gaming Esports looking pretty solid here in the first half of Cash.
Yep, and just waiting for the ready-ups as we go into the second half. We're looking at a 6-9 half, absolutely favoring Global Gaming Esports. I mean, especially if you consider this a CT-sided map, and even if you consider it even, Global Gaming obviously 3 rounds ahead. So as this pistol round is about to get underway, we're looking at Global Gaming the favorite to win, although the pistol round could result in a tie, as we haven't seen any eco wins yet.
Yeah, that's a great point. Tempo Gaming, as I said, likes the aggressive play. At least we saw in that first half on CT side. Can they employ that here on Terrace side to turn it into a win? They certainly want to pick up this pistol round and try and turn it into 3 in a row and even things up at 9 all. Here's the second half. Tempo Gaming against Global Gaming. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm Mess with Launders tonight. And this has been a pretty good game so far. Let's see if things continue here in the second half. Tempo Gaming got a couple of decoys. They're staging up 3 in the center garage as 2, 1 with the bomb, and the number 4 man Booner, who's been lights out playing defense at the A site. Let's see if they can get themselves an entry frag. It is going to be an execute onto B as one comes out of vents. There's one defending the site that's mainline. A nice flash from Heaven to stalwart the attackers, but Emong is able to connect on mainline, the sole defender. So they will get the plant, it looks like. Booner, no, he hasn't made it to the site just yet. He's stuck in checker. He's going to have to cross no man's land where there are 2 CTs waiting for him to cross so they can take his life, relieve him of that bomb. Just trying to make the cross. He can't do it. And wow, just like that, Global Gaming picking up the pistol round in the second half.
Wow, unable to support his teammate to cross into the site, having the bomb and checker in a situation where there were no CTs coming through B main, but with 3 outside CT and no smoke there to help him cross, it turned around where it seemed like Tempo Gaming had the site and at least a bomb plant into one where they just fell apart pretty quickly. And a super important round for Tempo Gaming to win, I think more so than Global Gaming, but obviously Global Gaming not too unhappy that they won that for sure.
Yeah, and surprising to me, like you said, Tempo was able to get the site, at least with Emong, and then just not able to support the cross from Booner, who had the bomb. I don't know, it would have been nice to see Booner maybe try to Tom Brady the bomb into the site, into Emong, so he can at least get the plant off. Here comes the rush into B this time, and the spray down is pretty good. Hershey Squirts gets 2 with his MP7, as there's Dream with his FAMAS, but they get the plant in the second round. Very nicely done by Flommies, the LMS. He'll lose his life and the bomb will get defused. So Tempo Gaming likely able to buy in this next round if they decide to do so off of that plant.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Booner, the only Booner and Shots might have to FAMAS up. And another issue is that they will be pretty light on nades here. but they are going to do it. You don't need too much money to win on T side. I'm not against this buy at all, although in terms of executions, I mean, I hope they play faster than they do slow. I think going for the early aggressive peaks are going to give them the biggest advantage going into this round, and taking advantage of the fact that Global do not have any ops.
Yeah, so still early in the game, obviously not able to make that big-time investment into an op. You got 3 AKs and a decent set of nades. What, that shot through the smoke by Mainline, are you kidding me? Woo, that shot on the shots. Welcome to the Department of Redundancy Department. And that actually drops the bomb. No, that's the bomb. They've dropped it in a neutral position in mid. But we see Global Gaming with the man advantage as it's looking like Tempo trying to take control of mid. We see Flom over the top. He's going to smoke off the Z connector, which will likely give them entry up to Toxic into the A site. And he sees one at quad. It's Hershey, who isn't even looking towards mid. That's surprising given the fact that they have given up mid control. But you see already the rotate over to A. They've drawn 3 that way, so now they'll move towards B. This is a nice job by Tempo to force the CT rotate and try to isolate this sole defender on the B site, but Mainline is holding fast again. Man, he gets 2 on the trade out. That's nicely done by him, but the number 4-man Bonner with his teammate Emong will get into the site and they'll get the bomb planted this time, but 4 alive for Global Gaming as they bring it down to 1. Just Emong, and he doesn't have a chance. He's just got to come out swinging. Schaefer with the headshot, and they'll get the defuse. Global Gaming will be up 12-6.
Yeah, they had perfect rotations. I think even in a more difficult retake, we had low health on 3 players for Global Gaming, but I think they had such good spots, coming in through B main, working on that rotation early, having 2 players and 4 players alive in total meant that retake was really no problem. Now, Global Gaming really just holding down sites a lot better than Tempo Gaming were, not forcing themselves into situations where they have to retake, 2v2, 3v3, and that's going to mean that they're looking stronger on CT, I think, if anything. So Tempo Gaming, an uphill battle, and they're probably going to be at 13, considering we still haven't seen any eco rounds happen. So I'd say the potential for that is very slim at this point. Yeah,
and like you said, it really just came down to the holding the site as Dream, trying to get the spray down from Vince, is able to get 1, but Easy PK in great position to get 3. Oh no, that's 2. 2.5, we'll call it. As Schaefer picks up 2 of his own, and pretty quick mow down of an eco round for Tempo Gaming to make it 13 for Global Gaming.
Yep, and like I said, we're right now going on 14, but it's going to be a full buy here for TMP. This is the first time we got to see an op-out for Tempo Gaming on T side. Flom's going to have that op in his hands. He's very able with it, second frag in first team, and so I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to get a frag, but the site hold's looking really, really strong here for Global Gaming. I'm not sure that Tempo Gaming have what it takes to win here in the second half.
And we saw a little bit of tactical moving by them, map control, which allowed them to at least get a man advantage or 2-man advantage trying to get an entry into the B site. But unfortunately, Mainline was too strong there. So despite a little bit of misdirection by Tempo, they weren't able to capitalize on that play in the fragging department. As now they've got 1 staged up in Squeaky as Booner connects with the headshot and Shots gets 1 coming out of the Squeaky, but Schaefer is there from quad to get the trade out. But they know he's the last one alive on that site, and Flom executes him with the op. So they'll get the bomb planted. That's Booner planting safely in the center of the site as Emong moves to the quad position. Mainline and Easy PK will try to get the retake, but Easy PK extremely wounded, so he's just going to go aggressive into the site. Wait, nah, he actually goes up the cat. That was Mainline going in. Booner gets himself a 3K on the round with 1 HP. To get Tempo Gaming on the board in the second half.
Tempo Gaming, beyond my analysis, were able to pull that round out, getting 2 early picks, and then executing on the site that they got the picks on. Just textbook, this site's open, let's take it. It worked for them. How many times they're going to be able to do that, I'm not so sure. But if they can win those duels, we've seen that be a big reason why Global Gaming were able to have such an even half in the first half for them on T side. So. Maybe that formula can be reproducible, but it's going to be a few rounds before we see if that's the case. And ultimately, if Tempo Gaming loses this round, we've seen this happen before, it's going to hurt their economy super badly. So a round that they really, really want to win.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can repeat some of the mid-half magic of the first half where they lost the first, I think it was 4 or 5 rounds, and then finally started stringing some together when they got into the gun rounds.
Yeah.
And, of course, Global Gaming late in the first half was able to make the adjustment. and ultimately got the lead going into the first half. So here comes the execute onto the A site. And look at the patience. Hershey Squirts tries to turn that into a frag, but he's unable to do so. They only get one onto Flom, as they will get the bomb planted with 4 alive. The retake will be swift. Dream connects onto Michael D. He's going to come storming into the site as he is flashed by, I think, maybe his teammate there. Sees Booner and Squeaky, connects with that. Ooh, through the smoke on the shots, but Emong tries to take out the last man Mainline. He's not able to do so. Mainline will get the defuse, and Global Gaming Esports 1 away from that all-important 15th round win.
Sick 4K from Dream, damn. Really putting himself on the board right now. Suddenly top ranking for his team, getting that last spray down through the smoke. Wow. I thought Tempo Gaming had that round locked up. You know, mid control was given up completely. We had a player pushed up on highway, waiting for the execute. Execute came out. It was a 2-for-1 trade in Tempo Gaming's favor. Bomb went down, and then all of a sudden, Dream just
he went ham.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say?
Yeah, that was very nice. I think the smart play by him was to quickly get into sight, because they were probably expecting him to wait on his teammates, but instead utilizing their smokes to hold him off, to actually get close and get those frags, and then that shot on the quad through the smoke. That's just years and thousands of hours of gameplay and knowledge of positioning on this map paying off right there. Just that gut feeling that, okay, he's quad, and I'm pretty sure here's where I need to shoot through that smoke, and connecting. So now we have Tempo Gaming trying to execute onto the B site as they're staged up in, it looks like, Checker. Mainline just so lethal playing defense on B on site. Drops the bomb in connector, and it looks like not a pause, just a little bit of GoTV lag, but we're back in action. Mainline still alive, still shooting, sees that bomb dropped as his teammate has moved into position. But Shots gets the... It's like the scout shot, but Schaefer and Mainline quickly finishing off Flom and Shots to make it 15-7 for Global Gaming Esports, and Tempo, they have no money.
Yeah, I mean, running into Mainline might not have been a good idea. I feel like he's been able to get at least 2 every single time that he's played B, and Tempo were able to take A almost every time. The only difference was that they weren't able to hold A, and so I think that's still one step better than not being able to get into B in the first place. Now, they put basically all of their eggs in that basket. I'd be surprised if Global Gaming won this round, considering, look at the statistics, not a single eco has been won in this game, and I don't think with Global Gaming this far ahead, with this much equipment value, are going to just... are going to blow this, but I mean, taking A is their best bet, I think.
Yeah, it's where they've had the most success, and they've got the smokes out, but Hershey Squirts has just been so lethal from that. Honestly, both teams have been really good from that quad spot. The Dream, he's able to get 2 before he is traded out by Flom, who now has the bomb in his hands. Does he? He has not picked the bomb up, unfortunately. He is just going to look for frags. He's got himself a Galil, and he's up against 3 of the CTs. And you look at the respect that Global Gaming is showing Tempo by not rushing in on that last man. But Schaefer connecting with a headshot on the Flom. It'll be a convincing win for Global Gaming Esports, 16-7 over Tempo here on Cash.